Another season of Premiership rugby is drawing to a close, and once again there have been many standout young players who have made their mark during this campaign. In this video, I'll be ranking the top breakthrough players during this 21-22 season. First of all, a few ground rules though. All players featured must be under 23 at the start of the season, so someone like Theo McFarland wouldn't qualify. Similarly, this is based on their performances this season and this season alone. Starting the season as a squad player but finishing as a household name. So someone like Freddie Stewart, Lewis Liner or Marcus Smith won't count, as they have managed to make a name for themselves during previous seasons. So now the rules are in place. Here are the Prem Rugby breakthrough players of the season, ranked. Number 10, Freddie Lockwood. Potentially a player who has gone slightly under the radar this season, but nevertheless Freddie Lockwood has been impressing significantly at Newcastle Falcons. There are so many players who have missed out here. Rafi Quirk, Tommy Freeman and Charlie Atkinson all could have had a shout at this, but I felt as though Lockwood really did deserve a place on this list. Number 9, Will Joseph. Brother of Jonathan, Will Joseph has broken onto the scene this season at London Irish, whilst also impressing on the international stage for England under-20s during the Six Nations tournament. Joseph, who plays at outside centre, has had some strong and promising characteristics in his play, which have seemingly been spotted by Eddie Jones, who included him in his most recent squad announcement ahead of England's game versus the Barbarians coming up soon. Joseph may very well be within shout of making the 23 for that game at Twickenham. Number 8, Will Hayden Wood. The second and last Falcon to make it onto this list, Will Hayden Wood has settled in very well at Kingston Park. The former Sedbergh star pushing Brett Connon and Joel Hodgson away from that 10 shirt to truly make it his own this campaign. In addition to this, he'll be making the switch to Rico next year as he signs for Wasps for the 22-23 campaign, an exciting outside half to keep an eye on. Number 7, Olly Chesson. Part of the Leicester Tigers Academy, Olly Chesson has found his place in the heart of the increasingly successful Tigers way of play under Steve Borthwick, causing for his call-up to the England squad, and better still, an England debut against Italy off the bench in the Six Nations. A versatile loose forward, Chesson will, I'm sure, become a mainstay in that Leicester pack for years to come. Number 6, Fitzharding. In a difficult season for Bristol, one positive they can take out of it is the success of their young players both at junior and senior academy level. Toby Fricker, Jack Bates, Jack Lloyd, all could have easily made this list, but Fitzharding for me has been the standout, coming through the more unorthodox yet increasingly popular Bucks Super Rugby route into the Premiership. Harding has gone from strength to strength this season, confirming a place in hotly contested Bristol Bears back row, as well as a place on this list. Number 5, Hugh Tizzard. Another potentially that has slipped under the radar. At the young age of 21, Tizzard has managed to deputise tremendously in the engine room for Harlequins this season, when club captain Stefan Leaves was out with injury. So much so that he kept his place alongside the Springbok once he returned from the sidelines. A relentless lock with lots of skill and strength, Tizzard has also caught the eye of fellow London side Saracens, who snatched his signature for next season's campaign. That may end up being a decision Harlequins regret in the future. Number 4, Orlando Bailey. Heading towards the business end of this list now, and these top 4 are hard to separate. After the arrival of Danny Cipriani to Bath was confirmed around this time last year, Bailey, who had shown flourishes of talent last campaign, was seemingly about to be pushed aside to allow one of England's flashiest stars to strut his stuff once more on a Premiership stage. That plan, though as we all know did not go smoothly. Instead, Bailey kept Cipriani out of that Bath 10 shirt through his injury and performance troubles. Although it hasn't been the brightest of seasons for Bath, their young fly half in some places got his side out of jail and set himself up to be a Bath rugby legend in the making. Number 3, Charlie Chapman. Heading across to the West Country now, to Gloucester, who've had far better success this season than most. Similarly to Bath, however, after the departure of Hines, Gloucester snatched up Ben Meehan, who was seemingly set to become the number 9 for the season. In comes Charlie Chapman. The homegrown livewire initially impressed heavily with some monumental appearances off the bench, scoring try after try, and excelling when given the chance. This later flourished into Chapman overtaking Meehan in the pecking order to start the majority of Prem Rugby matches towards the latter end of the season. Another Eddie Jones may be keeping a very close eye on. Number 2, Henry Arundel. It may surprise some that Henry Arundel does not top this list. Since stepping Mario Toji back in December 2021 in a European Challenge Cup game, Arundel has been on fire, whether it be for England under-20s or London Irish, scoring wonder try after wonder try with his electric pace, perfect balance and audacious step. Currently fighting with Tom Parton for the Irish 15 jersey, the former Harrow boy has also caught the eye of the England national team, getting called up to the most recent training squad before Barbarians in Australia. With Freddie Stewart currently occupying the fullback shirt for England, is there space for both in the team? Let us know what you think down below. Number 1. Finn Smith. This may seem like a fairly unusual choice considering the press that people like Arundel have received in recent months, but for me, Finn Smith is the overall choice. After an early long-term injury to Owen Williams, Finn Smith was recalled from a season-long loan at Championship club Anthall, where at the time he was being benched for their starting 10 Russell Bennett. A few weeks on, and Smith had become the starting fly half for Worcester, creating some excellent tries, kicking some crucial goals and becoming a real leader within the group, in particular, challenging times. His talent even caught the eye of Lions fly half Dan Bigger, who ensured he had a few words of encouragement with Smith after they came up against each other in the Saints-Worcester game. High praise from a top player. With the other Smith, Marcus, performing so well for both Quins and England at the moment, it may be difficult for Finn Smith to find his way into an England shirt anytime soon, but I'm sure we will see him playing international rugby very soon. Well, there we have our list of the top 10 breakthrough players in the Prem from this past season. Let us know who you think we missed out on in the comments, and make sure you subscribe for more content on everything young rugby, and we'll catch you again very soon.